In the hushed corridors of human ambition, there exists a silent symphony of hidden achievements, a landscape where progress breathes in whispers and dreams take root in the shadows of unspoken potential. Each carefully guarded moment of growth becomes a sacred ritual, a delicate negotiation between vulnerability and protection, between the desire to excel and the primal fear of exposure. You move through life with the precision of a master strategist, your internal world a fortress of carefully cultivated progress, each accomplishment locked away like a precious gem hidden from indifferent eyes. The geography of your inner landscape is mapped with intricate defensive lines, where every step forward is a calculated movement, every breakthrough a secret carefully preserved. Your intelligence operates like a complex machinery of strategic silence, transforming personal growth into an art form of profound subtlety. The wounds of past judgments, the echoes of previous failures, they have become the architects of your most sophisticated defense mechanisms, creating an invisible armor that shields your most tender aspirations from the potentially destructive gaze of the external world. Listen to the rhythm of your guarded heart, to the subtle vibrations of unexpressed potential. There is a profound power in this silence, a revolutionary act of self-preservation that speaks volumes about the complexity of human psychological landscapes. Your ability to guard your progress is not a weakness, but a sophisticated language of self-protection, a nuanced dance between vulnerability and strength that reveals the depth of your emotional intelligence. In this moment of profound connection, I invite you to break your silence. Like this video, if you recognize the hidden battles of personal growth, comment and share the silent victories you've carefully preserved, and subscribe to this channel, a sanctuary where we explore the uncharted territories of human potential, where every revelation is an act of courage and self-discovery. The landscape of silent progress unfolds like an intricate manuscript written in invisible ink, each page laden with unspoken achievements and carefully guarded transformations. Your journey becomes a complex tapestry of strategic restraint, where personal growth is not a public spectacle but a deeply intimate dialogue between your present and potential self. The mechanisms of protection work with surgical precision, creating elaborate psychological barriers that transform vulnerability into an art of survival. Memories of past exposures, of moments when premature revelation shattered nascent dreams, have become the architects of your current strategy. Each suppressed triumph becomes a seed planted in the dark, nourished by the rich soil of introspection and silent determination. Your body carries these unspoken victories like encrypted messages, muscle tensions holding the blueprint of unexpressed potential, breath carrying the weight of carefully curated aspirations. The unconscious mind operates as a sophisticated vault, storing your most profound transformations with the precision of a master strategist. Dreams become secret blueprints, inexplicable reactions, the subtle language of internal growth. Each moment of progress is a delicate negotiation between the self that wants to emerge and the self that understands the power of strategic silence. Your intelligence transforms into an elaborate navigation system, charting courses through the complex terrains of personal development with breathtaking subtlety. Within the hidden chambers of your psychological landscape, growth happens in whispers, in microscopic shifts that accumulate like sediment, forming the bedrock of profound transformation. The walls you construct are not barriers of limitation, but intricate mechanisms of protection, carefully designed to shield the most delicate seeds of potential from premature exposure, from the potentially destructive winds of external judgment and hasty criticism. Your silence is not emptiness, but a living, breathing entity, a sophisticated language of self-preservation that speaks volumes about the depth of your emotional intelligence. Each unexpressed achievement becomes a private ceremony, a ritual of personal alchemy where raw experiences are transformed into wisdom, where pain becomes understanding, where challenges are alchemized into unprecedented strength. The geographia of your inner world is mapped with invisible contours, each landmark a testament to the extraordinary power of internal resilience. Childhood wounds, instead of becoming sources of perpetual suffering, have been carefully transmuted into sophisticated defense mechanisms. The young self, once vulnerable and exposed, has learned to create intricate psychological armor, not to hide but to protect the most tender aspects of personal growth. These mechanisms are not walls of fear, but bridges of understanding, connecting the fragmented experiences of your past with the infinite potential of your emerging self. The impulses that surge from the depths of your unconscious are like coded messages, sophisticated communications between different layers of your being. They speak a language beyond words, a nuanced dialogue that negotiates between protection and expression, between the desire to grow and the wisdom of strategic restraint. Each unexpressed emotion, each carefully guarded breakthrough becomes a source of profound power, a silent revolution happening beneath the surface of perceived reality. In this profound journey of silent metamorphosis, where growth happens beneath the surface of perception, I invite you to acknowledge your hidden strength. Like this video if you recognize the power of guarded progress, share a comment that hints at your unspoken victories, and subscribe to a channel that celebrates the art of silent transformation. Your journey of personal development is a sacred path, a delicate dance between vulnerability and strength, between exposure and protection. The descent into the unconscious becomes an archaeological expedition through the most profound and intricate landscape of human potential. Here, in the deepest recesses of psychological terrain, the fragmented self confronts the most complex truths of personal transformation. The boundaries between memory and aspiration dissolve, revealing a landscape where time becomes liquid, where unexpressed potential pulses with the intensity of living organisms, consuming the present with their unresolved energies. Memories rise like spectral beings, their forms distorted by layers of protection, breaking through the carefully constructed walls of psychological defense. Each fragment of identity shatters and reforms, a kaleidoscopic dance of suppressed dreams and unacknowledged capabilities. The body becomes a theater of unspoken narratives, muscles holding stories of potential, of dreams carefully preserved in the most intimate spaces of being. The confrontation with the shadow self is a brutal awakening, a moment where the carefully maintained illusion of limitation disintegrates. Here, in this internal wilderness, the masks of self-doubt fall away, revealing the raw, unfiltered essence of human potential. The repressed aspirations emerge like ancient creatures awakening from a long hibernation, their power both terrifying and profoundly liberating. Childhood limitations transform from silent whispers to thunderous revelations, demanding acknowledgement, demanding recognition. The suppressed capabilities begin to recognize their own intricate architecture, the elaborate defense mechanisms that once contained now becoming the very bridges to unprecedented growth. Each carefully guarded moment of potential becomes a living entity, breathing with the intensity of unexpressed possibility. The internal landscape shifts and breathes, a living ecosystem of psychological complexity. Every unexpressed dream carries the weight of entire universes, unexplored landscapes of potential and transformation. The boundaries between what is possible and what has been imagined begin to dissolve, creating a liminal space where potential exists in its most pure and powerful form. In this moment of absolute vulnerability, the distinctions between protection and limitation blur. The unconscious mind reveals itself as a vast, intricate network of connections, where every suppressed aspiration, every carefully guarded dream carries the potential for profound metamorphosis. The self becomes a fluid concept, constantly negotiating between what is remembered and what is feared, between the visible surface and the infinite depths of human capability. The psychological terrain becomes a battlefield and a sanctuary, where the most intimate struggles of personal transformation play out in silent, profound movements. Each moment of internal confrontation is a revolution, a profound negotiation between the self that has been contained and the self that yearns to emerge. The mechanisms of protection begin to transform, revealing themselves not as barriers, but as intricate pathways to unprecedented personal growth. The depth of human potential reveals itself in these moments of internal confrontation, a landscape more vast and complex than any external achievement could ever represent. Here, in the most intimate spaces of consciousness, the true revolution of personal transformation takes place, far from the noise of external validation, far from the superficial markers of success. I'll generate Part 4, focusing on reconstruction, integration, and the final spiritual and philosophical conclusion with the concluding call to action. Part 4. The journey of reconstruction emerges from the most delicate spaces of human consciousness, where fragmented aspirations slowly reassemble like intricate pieces of a cosmic puzzle. Each moment of healing represents a profound act of rebellion against the limitations that once imprisoned your most authentic potential. The invisible self, long hidden, long suppressed, begins to emerge, not as a tentative whisper, but as a powerful symphony of unbreakable spirit and unbounded possibility. Your psychological landscape transforms into a sanctuary of understanding, where every carefully guarded moment of progress becomes the alchemical fire that transmutes silent struggles into profound wisdom. The mechanisms of protection that once contained you now reveal themselves as bridges between your fragmented experiences, connecting the scattered moments of your existence into a coherent narrative of survival and transcendence. Intelligence is no longer a shield but a luminous pathway of self-discovery, illuminating the most intricate corners of your internal universe. The body, once a repository of unexpressed potential, becomes a living testament to the extraordinary capacity of human beings to transform limitation into extraordinary achievement. The boundaries between past constraints and future possibilities dissolve, revealing a continuous flow of consciousness where every experience contributes to the magnificent complexity of your being. Your intelligence emerges not as a mere cognitive function, but as a sophisticated mechanism of emotional and psychological navigation, guiding you through the most intricate terrains of human experience. In this moment of ultimate revelation, you stand at the threshold of a new understanding, a profound recognition of your own infinite potential. The shadows that once defined your limitations now become the very source of your strength, the hidden resources that have protected and guided you through life's most challenging landscapes. Your journey of self-discovery transcends individual experience, touching the universal human capacity for resilience, for transformation, for profound emotional and intellectual intelligence. The silent battles you've fought, the unspoken victories you've accumulated, become a powerful narrative of human potential. Each carefully guarded moment of progress represents a revolutionary act of self-preservation, a testament to the extraordinary power of internal growth. The world may not have witnessed your struggles, but the depth of your transformation resonates with a power far beyond external recognition. Your journey speaks to the fundamental human capacity for reinvention, for the ability to transform pain into wisdom, limitation into possibility. The intricate defense mechanisms you've developed are not walls of protection, but sophisticated bridges of understanding, connecting the fragmented aspects of your being into a unified, powerful whole. Every suppressed dream, every carefully guarded aspiration becomes a source of profound strength, a silent revolution happening in the most intimate spaces of your consciousness. I invite you now, with the full depth of spiritual and emotional intensity, to embrace your journey of self-discovery. Like this video, if you recognize the profound beauty of your hidden path, leave a comment that celebrates the unspoken victories of your internal journey, and subscribe to a channel dedicated to illuminating the most profound landscapes of human consciousness. Your story is not just a personal narrative, it is a beacon of hope, a testament to the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit, a powerful reminder that the most profound transformations happen in silence, far from the noise of external validation.